Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. Today I want to discuss my personal feelings about Assassin's Creed Shadows and the drama surrounding it, mainly the two protagonists, its design choices, and the news about the shakeup at Ubisoft. Let's get into it. Out the gate, let's get into it. One of the main things that everybody's having a big, well, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people are having a big complaint about is Yasuke, a black samurai, black retainer, a black whatever you want to say he was from back in the day. We don't have 100% confirmed concrete evidence of what he was, but with that being said, a lot of people are really taking it back about him being included in the game. Several personalities on Twitter, like Endymion, he says critics reject Yasuke and admit he's ham-fisted into this game to justify his existence within it. So I'll go into what I played with Yasuke in depth and show you how he completely ruins the Assassin's Creed fantasy of this game. And then he goes on to say, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a nuclear disaster so far for Ubisoft, and the romance options prove this is less of a Japanese game and more of a bunch of activists using it as their own playground for propaganda. I got told by two sources at Ubisoft they made Naoe female on purpose because the devs internally were angry people kept choosing the male option despite pushing the female options in Assassin's Creed as the canon choice. Yasuke is just LOL, but Naoe, yeah, females to own the chuds or something. On the gameplay side of things, Yasuke is not the best playing character in Assassin's Creed by far, but using him outside of a few story points is completely optional. Also, you don't have to make Yasuke gay or Naoe lesbian. All the romance options that you choose are completely optional, and it's for you to decide. If you choose the canon mode, it'll remove the decision making that you would normally have, while also removing the romance options entirely from the story. But I just feel like this is completely overdrawn. People just want something to gripe and bitch and complain about. But I do get, there is a lot of times where I feel like a lot of the things that we see in the media or forced agendas, whatever, I'm not gonna get political, that's not what this is really about. But in a game like this where the options are so subtle and are easily able to be missed, I feel like a lot of the general conversation about what's going on in this title is definitely just too much. Enjoy the game. At the end of the day, in my opinion, this seems like people just coming off as racist. You make there's a black guy, but there were plenty of games that came out in the past 2 years alone with a traditional Japanese protagonist, such as Rise of the Ronin, Roland Fallen Dynasty, Like a Dragon Ishin, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza, Dynasty Warriors Origins, just to name a few. So yeah, as you can see, there's an abundance of games set in future Japan with more traditional characters. And I'm gonna say it right now, I'm gonna cut Ubisoft some slack. They probably was thinking the market is saturated right now. Let's do our take on it with a spin, with some completely different characters from what you would probably expect. But outside of that, moving on, Ubisoft did have a few mistakes leading up to release with some of the imagery used in Shadows, like the Yasuke and the Have-Tori Gate, from which my understanding is it's a representation of the bombing of Nagasaki during World War II. Ubisoft did come out and issue a formal apology on their website, and it says Assassin's Creed Shadows is first and foremost designed to be an entertaining video game that tells a compelling historical fiction set in future Japan. Our team extensively collaborated with external consultants, historians, researchers, and internal teams at Ubisoft Japan to inform our creative choices. Despite these sustained efforts, we acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern within the Japanese community. For this, we sincerely apologize. All game footage presented so far is in development, and the game will keep evolving until launch. Based on the constructive criticism we have received, we will continue our efforts until we put this game into your hands and beyond. We also want to clarify that while we have been consulting with many people throughout the development process, they are in no way responsible for the decisions that are taken by the creative teams in the interest of gameplay and entertainment. Consequently, we respectfully request that any criticism not be directed at our collaborators, both internal and external. While we strive for authenticity in everything that we do, Assassin's Creed games are works of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures. From its inception, the series has taken creative license and incorporated fantasy elements to craft engaging and immersive experiences. The representation of Yasuke in our game is an illustration of this. His unique and mysterious life made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story with the setting of future Japan as a backdrop. While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion. We have woven this carefully into our narrative, and with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Naoe, who is equally important in the game, our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. So when all these people come out saying that Ubisoft is disrespecting the Japanese culture or the country of Japan, I'm not buying it, because the history of video games, especially of representation of that country, has always been respectful. And even in Assassin's Creed Shadows, when you come across altars, you have to stop and pray at them. That's how you get some of the buffs in the game. You be respectful, you come up to the altars and you pray. But despite all of that, so far Assassin's Creed Shadows has been a success. Ubisoft released a post, and they have now reached over 3 million players over this past weekend, which is a lot better than what haters were predicting or wishing. It's the second biggest launch of an AC release since Valhalla, which is the best performing and selling title in the franchise. Now, this article from last week via The Verge says Ubisoft announced they are making a deal to sell Tencent a 25% stake in some of its biggest games, and that Tencent will invest $1.3 billion in a new entity controlling Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Now, based on this article by Inside Gaming, Ubisoft stock falls double digits days after the Tencent deal. Ubisoft stock has fallen again, just days after the France-based publisher announced a deal for a new subsidiary in partnership with Tencent. The company's stock fell by double digits on Monday. Now, Ubisoft stock has fell down double digits in the United States, United Kingdom, and France. And you can see where it says, shortly after the deal was announced, multiple employees reached out to express worry over layoffs at Ubisoft, with those now working on the included franchises. Ubisoft says that it expects the deal with Tencent for the new subsidiary to be completed before the end of 2025. When it closes, Ubisoft will maintain 75% control of the new company. That includes Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and Far Cry games. As you can see, the future of Ubisoft is definitely up in limbo. I don't even think if Assassin's Creed Shadows was a big blockbuster, mega selling game, it would change the fate of Ubisoft. They just made too many bad decisions and choices over the past few years, and they just caught up with them right now. So that's something that, depending on who you are, you hate to see or you love to see. For me, I would hate to see Ubisoft go under, because I'm still looking forward to Splinter Cell, but who knows if that's going to happen. Beyond Good and Evil 2, who knows if that's going to happen. But thanks again, guys, for your time. Thanks for watching this video. It's been 2 weeks since I dropped the video. I was out kind of sick, but I just want to say thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next video. You guys have a good one. If you can, like the video, subscribe, and have a good one. Peace.